The murder of Jill Dando, a beloved British television presenter and journalist, remains one of the most perplexing cases in the UK's recent history. On April 26, 1999, Dando was shot and killed on the doorstep of her London home in broad daylight. Her murder sent shockwaves across the nation, leading to an intense investigation that gripped the public and media for years. Despite an arrest and a controversial conviction, questions still linger about who killed Jill Dando and why. This post examines the life of Jill Dando, the events surrounding her death, the investigation, and the theories that continue to surround the case. Jill Dando was a prominent television personality in the 1990s. She was known for her work on BBC's Crime Watch, a program that reenacted real crimes to encourage public tips, as well as other popular shows such as Breakfast Time and Holiday. Dando was admired for her professionalism, warmth, and charisma. At the time of her death, she was engaged to her fiancé, Alan Farthing, a well-known gynecologist, and was planning her wedding. Her life seemed idyllic, but on a quiet Monday morning in April 1999, everything came to a sudden and tragic end. At around 11:30 a.m., Jill Dando arrived at her home on Gowan Avenue in Fulham, West London. Although she was not living there full-time, as she spent most nights at her fiancé's home, she had stopped by to run errands. As Dando approached her front door, an unknown man attacked her. He forced her to the ground and shot her once in the head at point-blank range. A neighbor discovered Dando slumped on her doorstep shortly after the gunshot, and emergency responders rushed her to the hospital. Tragically, she was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. The manner of her murder was particularly unsettling. The single gunshot to the head suggested an execution-style killing, leading to speculation that this was not a random attack. Dando's murder sparked one of the most extensive investigations in British history. More than 2,000 potential suspects were interviewed, and thousands of tips were reviewed. Investigators pursued several theories, including the possibility that 1. A professional hit. Some speculated that the precision of the shooting indicated a contract killing. 2. A stalker. As a public figure, Dando had received fan mail and occasional unwanted attention. 3. Revenge for her Crime Watch work. Given that Crime Watch aided in solving serious crimes, police considered that she could have been targeted by someone she indirectly helped convict. 4. Political motive. Another theory suggested her murder was linked to NATO's involvement in the Kosovo conflict, with some speculating that Serbian militants may have sought revenge. However, none of these theories immediately led to a solid suspect. The absence of witnesses, the lack of CCTV footage, and minimal forensic evidence left the investigation at a standstill. A year after the murder, the police arrested Barry George, a local man with a history of mental health issues and minor criminal offenses. George lived near Dando's house and had been spotted in the area on the day of the murder. George became a suspect primarily due to his erratic behavior and his obsession with celebrities. During the investigation, a single particle of gunshot residue was found on his clothing. Although the evidence was weak, it was enough to charge him with Dando's murder. In 2001, Barry George was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. However, the conviction was controversial from the start. Many believed that the evidence against him was circumstantial at best and that police were under pressure to solve the high-profile case. In 2007, George's legal team appealed his conviction, and the case was referred back to the Court of Appeal. The central piece of evidence, the particle of gunshot residue, was found to be unreliable, as it could have been transferred from another source. In 2008, after serving 7 years in prison, Barry George was acquitted of Jill Dando's murder. The acquittal reignited public interest in the case and raised serious concerns about the initial investigation. With George cleared of all charges, the case once again went cold. Even 2 decades after the murder, theories about who killed Jill Dando continue to circulate. Here are some of the most prominent ideas. 1. Professional hitman theory. Some experts believe that Dando was killed by a professional hitman, as the execution-style killing seemed deliberate and well-planned. However, the absence of any known motive or clear reason for a professional hit has made this theory difficult to prove. 2. Serbian revenge theory. This theory suggests that Serbian operatives killed Dando in retaliation for North Atlantic Treaty Organization bombings during the Kosovo conflict. Dando had presented a segment on the plight of Kosovar refugees, which some believe may have made her a target. However, no concrete evidence supports this theory. 3. Random stalker or obsessed fan. As a popular TV personality, Dando had attracted some unwanted attention. While the police investigated the possibility of a stalker being involved, no credible suspects were identified. 4. Mistaken identity. Another theory is that Jill Dando may have been killed by mistake, with the attacker targeting the wrong person. Given the lack of motive and randomness of the attack, some believe this is a plausible explanation. The murder of Jill Dando remains one of the most puzzling and heartbreaking cases in modern British history. Despite extensive investigations, numerous theories, and even a wrongful conviction, the question of who killed Jill Dando remains unanswered.